Hey there, strangers. It's time for the Friday night streaming. We're going to be going from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. like normal. Or, well, I say normal, but, you know, trying to get back into swing of things. so, ran a poll from last week. Don't know if anyone, uh, you know, uh, let everybody on Twitter and my Discord know that the poll was out there. So, if you missed it, then you're gonna need to just follow me on Twitter and Discord. That's where I post a poll. Now, uh, out of the 4 games that were posted, um, Final Fantasy VII, Chrono Trigger, Fable, and Dragon Age. Dragon Age won by a landslide, the whole 3 votes. um, but it still won. So, um, I was thinking that I would love to have played Final Fantasy VII or Chrono Trigger um, again, seeing that I love those games and I want to eventually play them, but gotta go where the votes are. Now, um, for Dragon Age, I don't know much about it. I'll tell you right out. I I don't know much. Um, I haven't watched any kind of videos on it. I haven't watched any kind of um, other people playing it, nothing like that. So, um, hmm, I seem to be having a lot of trouble with my um, Twitch connection right at this moment in time. Hmm, come on now. Why am I having such a hard time? Come on now. Okay. More concerning. Okay. Um, I guess we're back up and running. Sorry about that. Um, so needless to say, I don't have any clue as to what happens in this game whatsoever. It is all pretty much a blank slate for me. Um, never, never had a computer system that could run it or console that could run it. Um, so this is going to be my first playthrough through it. Now, for those of you that have played it before, please no spoilers. I posted a tag, for this. No spoilers, please. If you want to help me out, you know, backseating, that's okay, as long as it doesn't necessarily go into the spoiler category. If it goes into the spoiler category, I'm gonna, uh, I'm probably first gonna time you out, and then I'm gonna probably kick you if you keep on spoiling. Um, so please don't do that. I would really appreciate that. Um, I'm going to play this to its entirety. I believe it is a storyline, so there is a um, like a final boss, final scenario, so on and so forth that I'm going to have to kind of face. Um, I believe it's kind of like over the shoulder combat, meaning um, I won't necessarily be like a first person view. It's more of a like a third-person view, if I remember, if that's the correct term for it. Um, so it's going to be a little interesting trying to get used to the controls on it. I've done it before with um, Mordor, um, Lord of the Rings, Battle of Mordor. Um, so uh, we'll see how uh, we'll see how well I do on that. Let's see, anything else? Um, well, the three other games will have to be packed away for now, but that's okay. I don't know how long this game is. Um, now, some of the other games, they could go on for hours. So, and I'm talking like good 80 hours plus if I really wanted to. So, uh, if Dragon Age is along those lines, then this is going to be a long, long series. So, so strap in. This is going to be a while. uh, I'm only going to be doing 2 hours a night on this, so um, if this is going to be going on for 80 plus hours, then you're looking at 40 weeks easy. So this is probably going to push us into the next year. Um, unless my schedule changes or something like that, and I move this to like another day or something. Who knows? Um, we'll have to wait until later on that. Let's see. Anything else to talk about? There is, um, when I purchased this, there was DLC content, and it says that it's been installed, but I don't know. If it has been, great. If it hasn't, well, I'm not gonna know one way or another anyway, concerning it. So, um, let's see. I think that's about it on this. Hey there, Crazy. How you doing there, bud? Next year isn't far off. Well, I'm talking, uh, if this goes for 8 hours or so, if not more, then we're looking at 40 weeks. Seeing that I'm only going to be playing this on Fridays. So, um, but yeah, I think that is about it concerning everything around Dragon Age there. So, um, I guess the only thing left for me to say, other than this basic brief announcement, is, you know, the stream team that I created down below on my Twitch about page. Feel free to check that out if you'd like. Get a link to the application, and there is a Google document that talks all about the team. So if that interests you, feel free to check it out. Um, and if you have any kind of questions for it, feel free to ask me. You know, ask me on my Discord, ask me on Twitter, wherever you want, um, or ask me in chat. I'll try to answer it. So, but yeah, that's where we're gonna go ahead and end the updates here. So let me go ahead and get this over to the live view and get started on this, shall we? Now, I don't know if my profile over here is going to be in a good spot. So once I do the new game, then I'll know, hey, I'm going to have to move things around. But for now, I'll just leave that there. So let's go ahead and do new game. Okay, so this is the DLC. I'm assuming that Awakening probably come because it's DLC. It's like an extra storyline after the main storyline is done. Again, I don't know. Um, or is it like intertwined? Is Awakening like intertwined with Origins? I'm not sure. Um, Crazy, if you're there, are you aware of um, am I thinking that it's like an extra storyline after the fact, or is it integrated in? Let me know. Because I'm half inclined to just clicking Origins and moving on from there. Because normally DLCs are like an extra story. They like continue where you left off for the most part. Um, so that's what I'm figuring Awakening is all about, but I'm not sure. Hmm. I believe it's a prequel, but I'd still play Origins first to get the main story. Okay. All right. Yeah, I was wondering if it was like a separate story altogether, or if it was something that was like um, Awakening just adds extra content. Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I mean, DLCs would be like, I mean, you'd have to wonder why they brought out DLCs in the first place if it was just like here's an extra book for you to read or something like that. It's like, wait, why am I paying like 20 extra bucks for this or something like that? Obviously, it's going to be involving some kind of gameplay, but I wasn't sure if it was going to be like intertwined with Origins or if it's something completely different. Okay, Origins it is. Let's go. And so, come see black. Of a profession for his fleeting, you have brought sin to heaven and doom upon all the world. Hmm.
The chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it.
Mm-hmm.
They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn.
Oof.
They became a blight upon the lands, unstoppable and relentless. The
Not great.
dwarven kingdoms were the first to fall, and from the deep roads, the Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation.
Saw some repeat
Until
models there,
the
but
Grey Wardens came.
I mean, what can one
Men
do?
and women from every race, warriors and mages, barbarians and kings. The Grey Wardens sacrificed everything to stem the tide of darkness and prevailed.
Heard a familiar scream there. Wonder if they're gonna play Wilhelm.
It has been 4 centuries since that victory, and we have kept our vigil. We have watched and waited for the Darkspawn to return. But those who once called us heroes have forgotten. We are few now, and our warnings have been ignored for too long. Seen with my own eyes what lies on the horizon. Maker, help us all.
Not great. Okay. Okay. A little bit of context there. Obviously, the Grey Wardens were good to kind of uh, push the evil tide back, but they didn't win outright. So, or they didn't stop the spawn completely. They didn't kill them off. So, I wonder if Awakening is, your, you first become like the first Grey Wardens kind of thing. So, okay. Background you select will determine which of the 6 distinct opening stories you play through. Okay. This also affects how characters respond to you throughout the game. Okay, so there's a bit of replayability here. Being able to uh, have different stories, so that's a good thing. Um, hmm, interesting. Okay, we have human. Most numerous yet the most divided of all races. Only 4 times have they ever united under a single cause, the last being centuries ago. Religion and the chantry play a large part in human society. It distinguishes them culturally from elves and dwarves more than anything else. Humans can be warriors, rogues, or mages. Racial benefits: +1 to strength, +1 to dexterity, +1 to magic, +1 to cunning. Interesting. And then of course you have the different classes. Human noble, blown and wet. Interesting. Okay. It automatically selected the noble there, warrior. Born in wealth and power, second only to royalty. You find your training to be in both diplomacy and battle. Put it to test as your brother leads the bulk of your family forces to war in the south. Magi, wielding power is dangerous as it is potent. You know that magic is a curse for those lacking the will to control it. Anxiously await your harrowing, the one chance to prove yourself against the demons lurking without and within. Succeed or be slaughtered by knights who ward against your kind. Rogue. Okay, interesting. Both of these have the noble, and this one has the magi. Interesting. Let's see what elves is all about. Once enslaved by humans, most elves have all but lost their culture, scourging and impoverished living in the slums of human cities. Oh, that's nice. Only the nomadic The Dalish tribes still cling to their traditions, living by the bow and the rule of the old gods as they roam the ancient forests, becoming welcome nowhere else. Elves can be warriors, rogues, or mages. Okay. Willpower and magic. So they're really good at the mages there, but interesting that it didn't select one of these two automatically for this, but we'll get to that. Warriors are powerful fighters, focusing on melee and ranged weapons to deal with the foes. They can withstand and deliver a great deal of punishment and have a strong understanding of tactics and strategy. Specializations for the warriors include Berserker, Templar, Champion, and Reaver. Okay. Plus 4 strength, plus 3 dexterity, plus 3 constitution. Once again, they don't really show you the class information. Oh, there it goes. Right. Okay, this is a little bit different. Because with this mage, isolation locked away from the world they threaten. Includes Spirit Healer, Shapeshifter, Arcane Warrior, and Blood Mage. Plus 5 magic, plus 4 willpower, plus 1 cunning. Interesting, okay. Skilled adventurers who come from all walks of life. All rogues possess some skill in picking locks and spotting traps, making them valuable assets to any party. Tactically, they are not ideal frontline fighters, but if rogues can circle around behind their target, they can backstab to devastating effect. Rogue specializations are Ranger, Bard, Duelist, and Assassin. Plus 4 Dexterity, plus 2 Willpower, plus 4 Quanting. Um, your first permanent companion is the best tank in the game, so take something that will make use of it. Use a tank. Alright. Let's see. What's this all? Delish Elf. Proud of your role as one of the few true elves. You've always assumed you would spend your life with your tribe until a chance encounter with a relic of your people's past threatens to tear you away from everything you have ever known. City Elf. You have always lived under the heavy thumb of your human overlords, but when the local lord, claiming his privilege with the bride, shudders your wedding day, the simmering racial tensions explode in a rain of vengeance. Interesting. Is that the same for both of these? Yeah, okay. And we got the dwarf. Usually bound by casting tradition, dwarves have been waging a losing war for generations, trying to protect the last stronghold of their once vast underground empire from the darkspawn. Dwarves are very tough and have a high resistance to all forms of magic, thus preventing them from becoming mages. And plus 1 strength, plus 1 dexterity, plus 2 their constitution, 10% chance to resist hostile magic. Okay, so warrior and rogue descriptions are pretty much the same. You have the same kind of specializations, which is interesting because you would think, I mean, it now, don't get me wrong here. You know, I'm not well versed in this. Uh, when I when I see Templar, you know, my mind automatically thinks of like paladins, and you know, when you look at paladins from other, you know, role-playing games, they typically have like buffs or healing magic or like auras to kind of stop any kind of you know, to like boost your party around you kind of thing. And it's like, well, wait a minute. If dwarves are uh, can't use magic, then can they actually be a paladin? or in this case, a Templar. You know, I don't know. I'm just making a guessing gamer at the moment. I don't really know. I'm just putting that out there. uh, all right, let's see what this is all about. The Dwarf Commoner, boasts castless in the land where rank is everything, bound as a lackey and thug of a local crime lord. You spent your life invisible until chance thrusts you into the spotlight where you can finally prove where you will be defined by your actions or your birth. And Dwarf Noble. As the favorite child of the Dwarven King, you proudly take up your first military command, only to learn that the deadly intrigues of family, the sycophants, may pose a greater danger than even the battlefield. Interesting. So, there's a lot more than just 6 storylines here, because um, um, you know, well, maybe, maybe it is kind of like a uh, six six storylines based off of the backgrounds here. You know, such as if I did elf mage for example, you know this magi background might be the same as the human magi might be the exact same kind of look and feel to it. So um, Templars are mage hunters and resistant to magic. Oh, um, now not sure about wanting to do healer. Shapeshifter is interesting. Arcane warrior is interesting. And blood mage is interesting. Um, I'm kind of leaning towards doing a mage um, for this one. Um, it's not often that I play mages, and it's often difficult to play like mages sometimes in these RPGs because you often get really they're glass cannons more often than not, so you get really crushed sometimes if you face off against a tough opponent. Um, so I'm kind of thinking, an elven mage here. Now I'm based off of the information that's kind of been presented. This might be an interesting storyline because it sounds as though mages are kind of those that are looked down upon because of the original mages bringing in the Darkspawn. Um, so there might be some amount of prejudice there. Um, I don't know if prejudice is the right word for it, but mages might be those that just kind of, everybody like looks at them with an eye of, oh, this guy's gonna turn into a darkspawn at any time, kind of thing. So might be an interesting challenge. Let's give it a try.
Greetings.
Hmm. there isn't any kind of randomization on this, so let's start off with a preset that looks okay. Hmm. I'll start with that one. Okay, skin complexion. Skin tone. Tattoos. Hmm. I like this tattoo. Let's see, tattoo color. None of these colors look right. I mean, there's no like solid black, there's no like solid white. Hmm. Tattoo intensity, no, let's keep it all the way up. Uh, Hair. Let's see. Do a side view here so I can kind of see the back. Hmm. Interesting. No. Okay. No. I'd rather have some hair on the guy. Let's see. Let's see. We'll go with that. Oh, that looks nice. Or if there's like some highlights that I could kind of do, like a black and gray, but it doesn't look that way. Hmm. Oh well. Eyebrows. Really? That's all you have on eyebrows? I guess we'll just go with that then. Alright. Let's see. Eye shape. Eesh. better. Nope. Okay. That's all that we got on that, huh? Okay. That looks about okay. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's go with some large eyes there. At least it doesn't like go absolutely ridiculous on the eyes there, so eye spacing, I think I had it pretty much fine for the most part. So think about hmm, keep it right in the center there. Okay, so eye color, let's see, can I zoom in a little bit? No? Okay. Um, I can't see any change in the eye color. And I can't seem to zoom in at all. So what am I changing here? I don't see any change in the eye color whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, what can one do? Okay, brow depth. Um, I'm not seeing any kind of change here either. Okay, I don't know. Let's see. That okay, so just to let folks know, that support me at Streamloots, that's new. I've never had that pop up before. So apparently having that little icon is starting to show those little info icons from time to time. Hopefully it doesn't get in the way, but if it does, let me know because um, I could see that being like really distracting at like the worst kind of time. So okay, so brow height is actually giving me some amount of change there. Yeah, we'll keep it at that right there. Let's see, no shape. Hmm, kind of like the original. Large nose or small nose. A little bit of size is fine. Let's see, nose depth. Let's kind of put this at an angle and see what's going on here. Okay, so it does kind of sink the nose into the face a little bit. Kind of like the nose out a little bit more, so that's fine. So let's see, nose height. That is one long nose. What about all the way up here? Hmm. I mean, that's fairly high up, but let's bring it down like 2 notches. Keep it there. Not nostril width. Keep it around center. Let's see. Bridge depth. Okay. Kind of like the all the way in. Although it kind of leaves a little bit of a hooked nose right about there. Maybe bring it out a little bit. There we go. Bridge width. Okay. Very thin. Very wide. I don't know if I like the wide. Don't want it super thin either, so keep it around center. Tip width. Okay. No. Still got a little bit of a tip to his nose. Not really enjoying that all that much. I don't really like that, but I don't think there's not much I can really do about it. Let's see. No, keep the depth in. There we go. Okay, to the mouth. Okay, apparently there's no mouth shapes that you can choose from. Okie dokie. We'll keep it fairly close to the nose. I don't think I really want it like all the way up, you know, have a super large chin, but down a little bit. Lip size. Very large lips or very thin lips? Just medium, I guess. Mouth width. Super wide mouth. Or very small mouth. Kind of prefer more small than large there, so, but not a whole bunch. I think that will do. Overbite or underbite? Gotcha. Okay, so that's overbite. That's underbite. Underbite's not as pronounced as overbite, which is interesting. You would think that they would have a little bit more pronunciation on the underbite there. We'll put it around center. I don't want it. I don't need the overbite or underbite. Okay. To be honest, I'm kind of liking how he's looking right at this moment in time. I don't necessarily want to mess around with his cheekbones. But maybe I should probably mess around with the jaw a little bit. I mean, I don't want a super large chin. So, hmm. Yeah, that should do. Neck and ears. Okay, ear height. Let's raise those ears a little bit more. They seemed a little low. Ear size. Hmm. I was thinking that it would be more of the length than anything else, but I guess not. Do about that. Let's see, neck thickness. Ew. I was figuring that I was gonna be expanding it out a little bit more, but I guess not. I guess this is about as thick as your neck can get, I guess. Alright. Let's see, what's his good side? Let's see. Background. Hmm. A lot of. I mean, there's choices, but I'm not really liking all these. I mean, that one's okay. Kind of wishing that this was a little bit more red, though. All right, expression. That little smug grin there. Ooh, what is that face? What the heck is that face? Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna keep that, but all right. Kind of like that little arched eyebrow kind of thing. Okay. Now, back when I was playing, doing some role-playing game, I did have did play an elf. Well, I guess he turned more into a ranger than anything else, and right at the very beginning. But originally I had him. I tried to kind of play him off as a little bit of a warrior, but kind of didn't turn out that way. Wondering if I should reuse that name, or if I should go for something a little bit different. Hmm. What am I gonna do? Let's go for something a little bit different here. Ideas, ideas, ideas. There we go. Let's see. Wait, I can't change the last name? Really? Hmm. Okay. I guess I'll stick with that then. Let's see. Voice.
I have lost the spell. How do you do?
Greetings.
Greetings.
Charmed, I'm sure. Greetings.
That's violent.
Oh, my spell! This isn't working. You're in my way.
This isn't violent.
Goodbye.
This doesn't sound violent whatsoever.
Charmed, I'm sure. It didn't work! This weapon does nothing. Coming through. Farewell. Oh no, that won't do.
I'm liking the suave right at the moment.
Greetings. Blast it! I have lost the spell. It is unharmed. Excuse me. Fare you well. No, that won't work at all. I have lost my concentration.
Greetings. Well, that didn't work. I need some other attack. Move aside. Till we meet again. Are you insane? Well, that didn't work. My weapon isn't working.
How do you do? Damn, lost the spell. New weapon. Coming through. Off I go. No, let's not and say we did. Oops, where is my head? This is not good.
Greetings.
I have lost concentration. I should do something else. I need by, please. Till we meet again. Are you quite sure? I have lost the spell. I must try another tactic. Excuse me.
Ooh boy. Okay, so I'm I like that one line for the cocky because I often use it from time to time, or I use it from time to time. The let's not say we did. Um, Kind of wish that I could take that line and kind of put it into the wiser suave, but um,
Charmed, I'm sure. Greetings.
we'll stick with wise. 5 points to spend. Okay. Standard um, attribute system. So let's see. Strength measures character's physical prowess, directly affects damage character deals, physical combat. It also contributes to accuracy of melee attacks. High strength is essential for warriors, in particular if they wish to wield two-handed weapons. It's nearly as critical for rogues. Dexterity is measure agility, reflexes, and balance. Higher dexterity improves the character's chance to hit, makes the character more likely to dodge incoming blows, and contributes to the damage dealt by piercing arrows like daggers or arrows. Archery and dual weapon fighting styles demand high dexterity to master, making this attribute a favorite for rogues. Power represents a character's determination and mental fortitude. With high willpower, mages can cast more spells thanks to a deeper mana pool. For warriors and rogues, willpower grants more stamina for combat techniques and special attacks. Magic is a measure of a character's natural affinity for the arcane. This attribute is crucial for mages since it directly increases a character's spell powers. Score, which determines the potency of all spells. Magic attribute also determines how effective potions, fortresses, and salves are for all classes. Okay. Combat tactics require a quick mind to master, and I can more easily find weakness in enemy armor. Rogues benefit most from this statistic, as many of their class attributes and special tactics rely on subtlety or reading the target, not raw strength. You would think that the mage would also kind of benefit from the cunning attribute as well. Um, but we'll move on. Constitution represents health and resilience. Higher Constitution directly increases the amount of damage a character can take before falling on the battlefield, which is nice, but being a mage, can't really do that, so... so... How... Interesting. So I could put all my points into magic. There isn't like a limit to like, hey, you can only get to 18 and that's it. So, um, cast more spells. I don't know how. I don't know how much of a reliance on this is going to be. Like, is it going to be like a magic system where you have to like spend time to relearn your spells, and therefore once you learn them, you can only use them once, and then you have to sit back right back down the old, I guess the classic D&D system, or is it something along the lines of, um, you're given a certain number of spells that I can use? Is it like a mana pool that you can kind of cast out of, and like the amount of willpower determines um, like the cost of a spell? I'm not sure. Um, uh, I'm almost thinking of just dropping all of them into magic and being done with it. Um, you know what? Why not? Let's try to be a really powerful, mage caster. Really not liking the arm length there. Unfortunately, there's really no way for me to kind of change that. So skills. Okay. Let's see. Characters. To convince others to change their views, strength attributes to more intimidating character, whereas cunning attributes to more persuasive character. Stealing. Not something that I really want to do. Trap making. Interesting, but not sure if I really need that right at the moment. Survival. Um, hmm, this is interesting. Can I... Oh, okay. So I already have herbalism and combat tactics. Okay, so need level 4 for improved herbalism, so I can't pick that right away. And I need 12 cunning for improved tactics. Okay, I'm assuming that you can um, improve on your attribute skills over time. Otherwise, why would they give me combat tactics for this without the possibility of improving on them? Um, Let's see. Mages can take more damage from an attack before it interrupts their spell casting. I mean, that's decent. That's something that I would like. Mm, not really interested in poison making. Um, let's see. Let's go with combat training, just so I have the chance of, apparently, um, individuals attacking the mage can stop the can interrupt spellcasting, which is gonna be a pain. So we're gonna need to try to get a lot more resistance on that. Um, so at some point in time, I'm gonna need to boost this all the way up to level 4, which um, is gonna be interesting. Um, you would think that shouldn't necessarily be a thing per se for mages. You would think it'd be more along the lines of like a mental fortitude than combat training, but yeah, whatever. Okay, well, I guess that's about it. Okay, spells. We got Arcane Bolt to start off with. Arcane Shield, Staff Focus, Arcane Mastery, Flame Blast. Inflicting fire damage to all targets in the area for a short time. Friendly fire possible. Ooh, okay, not great. Caster's skin becomes as hard as stone, granting a bonus to armor for as long as this mode is active. Okay. Caster envelops the target in frost, freezing lower level targets solid. Those that resist suffer a penalty to movement speed. I mean, that might come in handy. Lightning. Caster fires a bolt of lightning at a target, dealing electricity damage. Friendly fire possible. God damn, man. Creation. Heal. Hmm. I mean, they wouldn't necessarily not give me heal if they weren't going to give me like some additional, um, as Crazy put it, a tank for me to kind of work alongside. So this might be necessary for me to have. Um, this might also be handy, but we'll kind of hold off on that for now. Let's see. The only thing that I'm seeing about this though is the fact that it doesn't say healing yourself. It just says healing an ally. So, um, so I'm not sure if that goes both ways or not. Glyph of paralysis, that could be nice. Uh, Paralyzes the first enemy who crosses its bounds unless the opponent passes a physical resistance check. So caster can maintain a limited number of glyphs of paralysis at once. That doesn't seem very useful. Like he would have to like rush up to the front line, put the glyph down, and then rush right on back. That doesn't seem very handy, to be honest. So we're gonna hold off on that. Spell Wisp. Summon the Wisp grants a spell bonus to spell power for as long as this mode is active. Hmm. Okay, that might be nice, but we can hold off on that for now. Spell shield. Oh, a shield that actually drains your mana versus draining your hit points. Problem with that is that once your mana is gone, then you're pretty much vulnerable to anything. So not exactly something that I would pick like right off. I would have to like really kind of build up the mana first before I even consider using it. Um, Caster creates a parasitic bond with a spellcasting target, absorbing a small amount of mana from it. Nullify the mana of enemies. Okay. I would figure that there would be a little bit more of a like a mana drain kind of thing. Like this is saying, you know, absorbs a small amount. You would think that there would be like a higher mana drain, you know, allows for you to kind of take on even more amounts of mana from a spellcasting target, but that's not available. Falcon Bomb. Friendly fire possible. Yeah, let's not do that. Force that stuns enemies caught in the sphere. Okay, that could be nice. Force field. Um, let's see. Interesting. This looks like an interesting spell line, but I don't know if I really want to take it first off. I mean, I only have 2 spell points here, so. Okay, so this is the last category. Um, okay, weakness can be nice. Paralyzed can be nice. Yeah, so, or weakness entering nearby enemies with penalties to attack and defense unless their opponent suffer a penalty from 2 movement speed. This is pretty. I mean, wow. Okay. Okay, so this line looks really nice. Let's see. Cold resistance. Not sure if I really want to. I mean, this might be nice, but the problem is that it might also not really work on like bosses. I mean, so in my experience with like other RPGs or games that are RPG based, um, I mean, unless you're going up against some really tough opponents, kind of thing, I've some of these kind of spells aren't really that useful. Like you're not going to be able to, um, you know, they don't always take. So I mean, you might like throw the, hey, um, now cold electricity fire is able to damage you more, but it only works for like smaller enemies that you can normally just kill off anyway with like a lightning or fire spell to begin with. So it's really not that useful. And if you want to try to throw it against like a boss or something like that, they're like automatically resistant to it. So you try to cast it at them, and they like shrug it off. It's like, this doesn't affect me whatsoever. So, eh, I mean, these can be nice, especially if I focus on like the electricity. Friendly fire possible. Um, but how useful would it be? I mean, same with the like the paralysis kind of thing. Um, weakness paralysis, mass paralysis. You know, more often than not, you're not going to be able to like hit like the bosses with these kind of spells, but you know, it might save you and anyone in your party some hassles if you can get like mass paralysis on like if you're like outnumbered 2 to or 3 to 1, then mass paralysis might come in handy. So, uh, mental manipulation that disorients the target for a short time, making the target less effective combat for by inflicting penalties to attack defense. Horror. Unable to move unless it passes a mental resistance check. Target's already asleep and cannot resist its effect and take massive spirit damage. Sleep, okay. Um, all hostile targets and target never fall asleep unless they pass a mental resistance check. Awake when hit. Sleeping enemies cannot resist a horror spell, which will inflict additional damage. Okay, so if I do the sleep and then the horror on one particular individual, they can take a lot of damage. Interesting. Waking Nightmare. Hostile targets are trapped in a Waking Nightmare unless they pass a mental resistance check. They are randomly stunned, attack other enemies, or become the caster's ally for the duration of the effect. Enemies that are already asleep cannot resist. Okay, interesting. So sleep can be pretty handy, especially once again um, same kind of possible effects. Like they're probably not useful for like bosses, but might be helpful when I'm like fighting like a large party or something. Drain life. Okay. Death magic. Okay. Okay. Interesting. This might be nice to have. Summons a cloud of legion that deals continuous spirit damage to all who enter. Friendly fire is possible. God damn, this friendly fire, man. I don't know. That really worries me. But it looks like there really isn't any way for me um, to avoid it. It feels as though I'm not going to be able to um, escape friendly fire. So I have to be like really careful when it comes to um, my spells, making sure that it doesn't cause like additional problems or, I really damage um, my allies. If I have like a ton of allies, for example, this chain lightning might be really problematic. Um, I don't know. If I was to go along the electricity line here, I'd have to really kind of make sure that my allies have uh, some good like resistance to lightning in their armor, for example. Just so if they did get hit with friendly fire, then it won't hurt them as much. It doesn't look like there's any. Um, don't really see anything that is like outright resistance to elements or something like that. So, um, okay, anti-magic ward might be helpful if I'm really having a hard time with like the um, hitting my allies with secondary spells or the friendly fire. Okay, let's go ahead and do like I tend to be a fan of electricity. Let's go ahead and do heal as well, at least to kind of start off with. Now, I don't know if there's going to be like a way for me to get like all these spells or whatnot. I don't really know. Um, I'm gonna assume not, but we'll see. Okay, let's get started. Um, Easy would probably be a little too easy for me. Let's see, the setting is best suited to players who are new to role-playing games or expect to play combat in real time rather than pausing often to plan tactics. At this setting, party members are immune to friendly fire and will heal easily, while enemies inflict less damage than normal. Okay, interesting. Normal. This is recommended setting for players familiar with role-playing games, which I am. Provided a good balance of challenge and survivability. Requires moderate use of tactical pausing to plan actions during combat. Interesting. Okay. Although party members can harm each other with careless use of certain abilities, damage due to friendly fire is only half of what it would be against enemies. Okay. So they're already kind of resistant to friendly fire in this mode already. So like if I did like 4 points of damage, they would only take about 2 points. Interesting. Hard, I would imagine that they have no resistance to friendly fire, so setting provides a considerably greater challenge than normal difficulty to prevail against more aggressive enemy AI. You'll need to make sophisticated use of tactical pausing as well as clever combinations of spells and talents. Friendly fire damage is no longer scaled down and your party will not heal as easily. Enemies will inflict more damage, be encumbered by status effects for shorter durations, and demonstrate greater resistance to various damage types. And then there's Nightmare. This setting is intended for tactical geniuses who found hard difficulty too easy. uh, let's let's stick with normal for now. Um, if I find in the game a little too easy, and if I decide to kind of play it again, then I'll bump it up to hard. But we'll see what happens there. Sorry it took a while, but I wanted
On
to
a
kind of.
cliff overlooking the dark waters of Lake Calenhad stands the Tower Fortress that is home to the Circle of Magi. This tower is the only place in Ferelden where mages may study their art among others of their kind. Within the high stone walls, the Circle practices its magic and trains apprentices in the proper use of their powers. But the Circle Tower is as much a prison as a refuge. The ever-vigilant Templars of the Chantry watch over all mages, constantly alert for any sign of corruption. This gilded cage is the only world you know. Found to be sensitive to magic at a young age, you were torn from your family and grafted here as an apprentice. Now, that apprenticeship is nearly over. All that remains is the final test, the harrowing.
Magic exists to serve man, and never to rule over him. Thus spoke the prophet Andraste as she cast down the Tevinter Imperium, ruled by mages who had brought the world to the edge of ruin. Your magic is a gift, but it's also a curse. For demons of the Dream Realm, the Fade, are drawn to you, and seek to use you as a gateway into this world.
This is why the harrowing exists. The ritual sends you into the Fade, and there you will face a demon, armed with only your will.
Looked like he climbed up a stair there for a second. Okay, so I can see that there are some choices being asked down here, and there is some text up here that is being blocked. So it looks like I'm gonna need to move things around here a little bit. So give me 1 second. Let me try to move things around here. Let's see. Oh, that's the Streamloots. Okay, well, no one's mentioned anything about the Streamloots um, notifications getting in the way right at the moment. So I'll keep it active for now, but I know that I can turn it off if necessary. Put those over there. Now let's go ahead and move the chat box down a little bit, like right around there for now. And then we'll move the footer down as well. Okay. That should do. Once again, I hope that um, um, oh wait, why did it go all the way over there? There we go. Okay, we'll lock these in for now, but once again, if the if we're having some difficulty with any of these icons or whatnot, then I'll move them back around. So, and I didn't really see much in terms of the um, options for um, closed captions. So I'll get that set as soon as I can there. So 1 second. Chat box looks like it's a little off there. Go ahead and try to fix that a bit. And it's about as much as I can do. How does that look? I guess that'll do. Alright, sorry about that. Uh, okay, looks like the dialogue is showing up here for the most part, although it doesn't really say who's speaking, but is there any other option? What happens if I cannot defeat the demon? I'll just
Know
say,
this, apprentice. If you fail,
yeah, and the
we
dialogue
Templars
isn't
will perform
showing.
our duty. You will die. This is Lyrium, the very essence of magic, and your gateway into the Fade.
The harrowing is a secret out of necessity, child. Every mage must go through this trial by fire. As we succeeded, so shall you. Keep your wits about you, and remember the Fade is a realm of dreams. The spirits may rule it, but your own will is real.
The apprentice must go through this test alone, First Enchanter. You are ready.
Yeah, he was telling me some guidance there, Mr. Templar, so cool it. Right click on a foe to attack. Oh, that was a very quick message at the very top. It didn't really give me any chance to kind of read it. And unfortunately, I guess it kind of blocked you guys from seeing it as well. Okay, so, I'm looking at this right at this moment in time, and while I'm currently paused, it gives me the chance to kind of reevaluate everything here. So, um, hmm, let's go ahead and pause this for a second. Let's go ahead and rearrange everything here. Apologies for this there, folks, but you know, I want to make sure that everything's handled properly. So, um, let's go ahead and drag the chat box over here. And we're gonna kind of um, move these down. I know that it has the potential to like block dialogue there, but it might just kind of block a word or two, so it might not be all that bad. So I'm moving the main window screen. Let's lock that in so I don't have to worry about that. Let's move the webcam down. Lock that in. Let's see. Donations down. I'll try to, I'll just move this down even more there. Oh, come on. Here we go. I guess this box here looks like it's relatively okay. I don't know if there's really any need for me to kind of move it any further than where it used to be. So, I mean, it's just blocking the word paused. I mean, you don't really need to worry about that. Um, you know, at the same time, I might really not need it all that much. I'll think about um, uh, you know, removing it completely if it gets to a point where um, it gets to be kind of a problem. So let's see. I do want to make sure that it's kind of centered though. Nope, didn't want to do that. Okay, there we go. We'll just kind of keep it there. Yeah, okay. Looks like we are ready to go. Sorry about the wait there, folks. So we wanted to make sure that everything was kind of aligned and set up. So, okay. Game can be played from a variety of tactical viewpoints. Use the mouse wheel to bring your camera forward down to exploration mode. While paused, you can issue orders to your character or right-click on your desired destination. Your character now has a move order. You can issue orders in real time or while paused. Excuse me. Your character now has a move order. Press space to unpause now. Okay. I'm assuming that this is where you entered in, but you can't go back through it. So that's interesting.
It is begun.
Wait, what? Blood Dragon Plate? I wonder if this is part of the, if this is something that was given because of the DLC. To equip new items, you need to open your inventory screen, green highlight icon, or pressing I. Okay. Inventory equipment. To equip dragon item from its icon on the left side of the screen, back into your inventory, remove character's armor or clothing now. Okay. I can't equip that. Why is it highlighting that? For easy access to consumable items, place them in your quick bar. Drag an item to your quick bar now. Okay. Weapons, armor, accessories, other crafting, plot items. So, um, if I went the way of a warrior, even even with a warrior, I wouldn't be able to like throw on this blood dragon plate at all because uh, the strength being 38 would be even more than what a the warrior would have. Um, like if the warrior started off with a strength of 17 and it only gave 5 points, then yeah. But this tells me that as you increase in level, you do expand on your stats overall. So that's a good thing. That this kind of um, reaffirms uh, that that mentality, that idea. So, okay. Okay, you're in combat situation. Mastery of the battlefield is important. Zoom out, scroll backwards in combat to gain a better view of your situation. You can also pause for tactical preparation by pressing space. Okay. It's not really showing me where the enemies are per se right at the moment. Had to go AFK for a bit. Mid to late game armor, yeah, pretty much. Um, Ow. I took a bit of damage there. Okay. Health and mana regen. So while the heal might be good for allies, all I need to do is just kind of get out of combat and I'll eventually regen my health and so that's good. So oh, okay, I can actually kind of use uh, the WASD keys to run. Okay, I don't have to actually right click in order to move. That's good. Um, but I mean, the side to side is going to be a little interesting there. Hold on a second. Let me. Oh wait, hold on. Options. Subtitles. Let's do that. They really should have subtitles like defaulted automatically, you know. So for any game developers out there that, is watching me, make sure that your subtitles are automatically started off. So okay. Health takes a while. Mana, well, they both kind of take a while to regen, so this is going to be interesting for the most part. These guys aren't that challenging. I don't know whether or not I can actually dodge them or not, so this guy isn't really in range. Nope. Okay. Q and E are strafes, so that's going to come in handy for situations like that. Again, I don't know whether or not I can actually, if I run out of the way of a magic spell, can I actually dodge it? We'll find out. Hi there, guy. Are you hostile?
Someone else thrown to the wolves, as fresh and unprepared as ever. It isn't right that they do this, the Templars. Not to you, me, anyone. You think you're really here? In that body? You look like that because you think you do. It's always the same. But it's not your fault. You're in the same boat I was, aren't you? Allow me to welcome you to the Fade. You can call me, well, Mouse. No, I don't remember anything from before. The Templars kill you if you take too long, you see. They figure you failed, and they don't want something getting out. That's what they did to me, I think. I have no body to reclaim, and you don't have much time before you end up the same.
Interesting.
I don't remember. I ran away and I hid. I don't know how long. There's something here, contained, just for an apprentice like you. You have to face the creature, a demon, and resist it. If you can. That's your way out. Or your opponents, if the Templars wouldn't kill you. A test for you. A tease for the creatures of the Fade. Question for those in the tower. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to ask. Maybe someday, so will I. There are others here. Other spirits. They will tell you more. Maybe help. If you can believe anything you see. I'll follow, if that's all right. My chance was long ago. But you may have a way out. A dangerous spirit is not far. Don't go near it unless you're ready to fight.
Okay, interesting. This guy gives me the idea that he's gonna try to, like, steal my body or something like that at some point. Plot helpers are markers in your current area map that indicate where you need to go to progress in your active quest. Okay.
That is where the test will take place. The creature can be anywhere, but it manifests there.
Okay. I'm gonna explore a little bit. I might actually have to explore anyway, so it doesn't seem like the demon is there for me to really kind of talk to, so. Oh. Oh, yeah, okay. So I can't dodge a magical attack. Good to know. Okay, wait for my mana to recover here. Oh, you guys aren't able to see the stats that well. I may have to like move my camera and stuff like that around a little bit more. Well, let me know if it really kind of becomes a problem. Like if the stats here are like you really want to know the stats. So, but for now, I think I'll go ahead and okay. Spirit of Valor.
Another spirit this way. It never seemed equal to its name to me.
Another mortal thrown into the flames and left to burn, I see. Your mages have devised a cowardly test. Better you were pitted against each other to prove your mettle with skill, and to be sent unarmed against a demon. They would have you battle a demon. With magic or weapon, to be the victor makes you a warrior still. That you remain means you have not yet defeated your hunter. I wish you a glorious battle to come. I am Valor, a warrior spirit. I hone my weapons in search of the perfect expression of combat. Is that what your test is called? I know little of your mortal ways. I do know that a demon has been called, told that a meal awaits. It will not, cannot leave until one of you is dead.
Interesting.
They are brought into being by my will. I understand that in your world, mages are the only ones who can will things into being. Those mortals who cannot must lead such hollow, empty lives. Without a doubt. In this realm, everything that exists is the expression of a thought. Do you think these blades be steel? The staves be wood? Do you believe they draw blood? A weapon is a single need for battle, and my will makes that need reality. Do you truly desire one of my weapons? I will give one to you, if you agree to duel me first. Valor shall test your mettle as it should be tested.
Huh. Interesting.
If I believe you capable of slaying the demon, I will stop the duel and give you the staff. If I find you unworthy, I will slay you.
Okay.
I trust those rules are simple enough to remember, mortal.
I'm assuming it might be a little difficult, but something still achievable. Otherwise, they wouldn't give it to you here, so...
As you wish, mortal. Do you understand the rules I explained to you? Our duel begins now. Fight with valor! Enough. Your strength is sufficient to the task. The staff is yours.
Of course it is. Attack. Okay. Will it stay with me when I leave the Fade?
I suspect not.
Kind of curious about this question.
Short of battling the demon for you? No. May you find glory in all your achievements, mortal.
Okay. Took a little bit of damage there, but... spell power 1. That might come in handy. Oh, we got ourselves a chest over here. Black City. Interesting. So I gotta be careful with like just running around here because there might be like indicators around that basically say, hey, this is something new for you to learn on your codex. So, but there appears to be nothing else there. Oh, saving game, huh? Ooh, I'm getting close to where I'm gonna need to end as well. Ooh, cooldown. That really didn't... Oh! Hey! What the... Come on, damn it. Okay. Those guys weren't really hurting me at all. So that was interesting. Took a lot of mana to kill them off though, so um,
Be cautious. There is another spirit here. Not the one hunting you, but still.
I don't see any like little indicators around here yet, but oh, hello.
So, you are the mortal being hunted, and the small one, is he a snack for me?
I don't like this. He's not going to help us. We should go.
No matter. The demon will get you eventually, and perhaps there will even be scraps left.
It's a demon. Maybe even more powerful than the one chasing after you.
Be gone. Surely you have better things to do than bother sloth, mortal. I tire of you already. I am a spirit of sloth. Yes, a creature of the Fade. Unlike yourself, mortals are ever the visitors here. Still, you serve your function. Only the mortals like yourself are truly annoying. Many mortals dream. They come here often, but you are not one of those. You are aware, a mortal with power and will, the sort of creature that some spirits hunger for. I might be inclined for such a meal myself. It would be interesting to see the mortal world through your eyes, live inside your form. But I'm disinclined to begin such a struggle. Indeed. Now, what do you want with me? You have a very nice staff. Why would you need me? Go. Use your weapon, since you have earned it. Be valorous.
He looks powerful. It might be possible that he could teach you to be like him.
Like me? You mean teach the mortal to take this form? Why? Most mortals are too attached to their forms to learn the change. You, on the other hand, little one, might be a better student. You let go of the human form years ago.
I don't think I'd make a very good bear. How would I hide? I have faced more in this place than you can imagine. Fear is just one more thing. But you are right. Hiding doesn't help. I'm sorry, it's the Fade. It changes you. I'll try. I'll try to be a bear. If you'll teach me.
That's nice. But teaching is so exhausting. Away with you now.
I told you he wasn't going to help us.
You wish to learn my form, little one? Then I have a challenge for your friend. Answer 3 riddles correctly,
Oh boy.
and I will teach you. Fail, I will devour you both. The decision is yours.
I'm really bad at riddles. Crap. I mean, having Mouse here as a potential companion, as a potential tank for this demon might come in handy, but I mean, I'll give it a try.
Truly? Oh, well, this gets more and more promising. My first riddle is this. I have seas with no water, coasts with no sand, towns without people, mountains without land. What am I?
Okay, so um, at first I was thinking a desert because, well, I'm thinking map right at this moment in time, but desert, you can have deserts that are, t potentially seas that have no water, um, but the coast without no sand, towns without people, desert is nah for that. Boat, none of those work for a boat, so those are right out. Moon, once again, there aren't any towns on the moon, so that that kind of nixes that. Um, no idea what they're trying to go for with an idea, um, so that's so beyond that it's like, yeah, you're reaching there. Again, dream is something that's like, yeah, no, I mean, once again, uh, you're kind of reaching on that one. So I'm thinking map. Um, so I'm gonna try that.
Correct. Let's move on. The second riddle. I'm rarely touched, but often held. If you have wit, you'll use me well. What am I?
Okay. Um, I'm kind of thankful that they do give you the potential answers in this. Granted, there's 6 answers, but I mean, um, without them, I'd have some difficulty trying to answer the question. If I had to like type it in, I would have had some difficulty, even on that first question. So, um, really touched but often held. Um, that doesn't really work for handle. Um, tongue is never often held, so well, you can hold your tongue. The phrasing there. Um, so that might work. Tongue might work. Temper. Temper is rarely touched but often held. Mm, touch temper. I don't know if temper really works for that. Because wit and temper don't really go hand in hand. Um, breath is never touched, so and it's never. Well, I mean, you could hold your breath, but touch your breath, no. Um, intelligence. Intelligence really touched but often held. Hold your intelligence. I don't think that one works either. And a sword. Really, again, sword and handle don't really work very well with each other, just from that first statement. So I'm leaning more tongue. I think I'll go with that one.
Yes, your witty tongue. Fair enough. One more try, shall we? Often will I spin a tale, never will I charge a fee. I'll amuse you an entire eve, but alas, you won't remember me. What am I?
So apparently I passed this second riddle, otherwise he would have attacked and probably killed me. So, um, an annoying Riddler. Um, I mean, you might remember a liar. Music you can remember, so that doesn't really work. Um, Book you can remember, so that doesn't work. I mean, Spider doesn't really work for that first statement there. Spin a tail, never charge a fee. That doesn't really work for a Spider. But a dream. Um, so pretty much a lot of these answers kind of get knocked out by the second half of the statement there. You know, you won't remember me. You know, annoying Riddler, a liar, music, book can all be remembered. You know, if you want to, if you need to. Spider fails on that first statement, so a dream could, kind of work. It works because when you dream, um, you can dream of different things, and it's always free. Um, it can amuse you for an entire eve or scare you if it's a nightmare. And you might not always remember it, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you can remember a dream, so this isn't exactly a true answer either, but the dream is better overall than all the rest, so.
You are correct. Rather apropos here in the Fade, no? But you've won my challenge and proven yourself an amusing distraction. So, I shall teach you my form. Now, listen carefully.
Like this? Am I a bear? It feels heavy.
Close enough. Go then and defeat your demon or whatever you intend to do. I grow weary of your mortal prattling.
Friendly fire. The powers of magic are significant, but can be uncontrollable. Mages have access to spells like Fireball that affect the whole area rather than a single target. While these spells are useful against groups of enemies, they are also indiscriminate and will harm friend and foe alike. And party members take no damage from friendly fire. Okay, so I do have a companion here. Let's see. Control party members. New party member has joined you. You can take control of this character directly by left-clicking on his or her portrait or body. You can use the tactics menu to adjust how the AI controls them. Let's see. Um, Okay, interesting. You have a lot of presets available on this. And you can change it right now if I really wanted to. It doesn't look like I can add any like additional presets there. So that's interesting. Okay, oh, I'm getting really short on time here. I should be kind of closing things out, but I do want to kind of face off the demon at the very least. So, you know, get past the tutorial. You know, it took forever on the reading through things and like. Oh, wow. Okay. Our friend didn't really take a whole lot of damage, so that was good. We didn't have to worry about having to heal him. There's a lot more to that fight than before, but thankfully he was able to kind of protect me for the most part, although I was like still like in the middle of the combat there, so. But okay. Looks like we are pretty much ready to go. I don't think there's really anything else for me to do here. It makes me think that you know, with them talking about how the demon was kind of summoned here for me to fight, it almost sounds like the mages have some way of um, calling the demons, you know, to this plane, like as though they have access to this realm, can enter it, and set up some kind of way to summon it. So, mages seem slightly suspicious in my mind, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Saving game.
Where is the spirit of rage?
Okay. Let's see. What's this? Herbalism. Oh, okay. Well, we don't really need to worry about that. Ah, okay. So if I need to, I can use this to heal myself. This will heal my companion there. So let's go.
And so it comes to me at last. Soon I shall see the land of the living with your eyes, creature. You shall be mine, body and soul. They are welcome to try. So this creature is your offering, Mouse. Another plaything as per our arrangement.
I'm not offering you anything. I don't have to help you anymore.
Oh. And after all those wonderful meals we have shared, now suddenly the mouse has changed the rules.
Okay.
I'm not a mouse now, and soon I won't have to hide. I don't need to bargain with you.
We shall see.
Okay. Huh. Oh, oh, oh. What the?
You did it. You actually did it.
I,
Came, I
wait,
hoped
what?
that maybe you might be able to, but I never really thought any of you were worthy.
Our bear friend basically did most of the damage there. I was trying to see about trying to actually heal him up, you know, seeing that he was taking a lot of damage, but I really wasn't able to do anything there. So, uh,
What? They were not as promising as you. It was a long time ago. I don't remember their names. I don't even remember my own name. It's the Fade, and the Templars killing me, like they tried with you. You defeated a demon. You completed your test. With time, you will be a master enchanter with no equal. And maybe there's hope in that for someone as small and as forgotten as me. If you want to help, there may be a way for me to leave here, to get a foothold outside. You just need to want to let me in.
I'll find mages away from the Templars. We'll get you out. Ooh, okay, that's a little dark. Um, let you in. Starting to think the other demon wasn't my test, and that's also a possibility there. Um,
What? What do you... Of course it was. What else is here that could harm an apprentice of your potential? You are a smart one.
Simple killing is a warrior's job. The real dangers of the Fade are preconceptions, careless trust, pride. Keep your wits about you, mage. True tests never end.
Are you all right? Say something, please.
a demon! Die, demon! Apparently, I know this person.
You're in the dormitory. Take a deep breath. You're safe. Oh, I'm glad you're all right. They carried you in this morning. I didn't even realize you'd been gone all night. I've heard about apprentices who never come back from harrowings. Is it really that dangerous? What was it like?
It was harrowing. Ha ha ha. It was a test of ability, that's all.
So much for friendship. I'll leave you alone then. And now you get to move to the nice mage's quarters upstairs. I'm stuck here and I don't know when they'll call me for my harrowing.
They'll summon you to the test when you're ready.
I've been here longer than you have. Sometimes I think they just don't want to test me.
Hmm.
The tranquil never go through a harrowing. You do the harrowing, the rite of tranquility, or you die. That's what happens. You've seen the tranquil around the tower, like Owain who runs the stockroom. He's so cold. No, not even cold. There's just nothing in him. It's like he's dead but still walking. His voice, his eyes are lifeless. been made tranquil. I don't know how they do it exactly, but you're cut off from the Fade. It takes away your magic abilities, along with your dreams and emotions.
Hmm. Yeah, that doesn't sound that great.
Apprentices can ask to be made tranquil if they fear the harrowing, but the Circle also forces tranquility on those they feel are weak. And sometimes they force it upon apprentices they think might be too dangerous as mages. I shouldn't waste your time with this. I was supposed to tell you to see Irving as soon as you woke up. He didn't tell me. About the harrowing, I'd guess, but you'd never know with Irving. You'd better not keep him waiting. We can speak later.
Okay. Leveling up. Every time you gain a level, your character gains new abilities, improve statistics. Left click on the plus button next to your character's portrait to level up. Okay. Time you gain a level, your character. Oh, okay. I guess I have to go into the level up. Okay. Specializations are enhanced versions of characters' base class, granting stat bonuses and powerful new ability chain specializations can unlock through completing major plots, learning them from other characters, or by finding rare tomes. One specialization point is awarded level 7 and level 14. Oh, right. Okay. Apparently, I don't have any specialization points to really use for these, which, I mean, understandable, but the question is when does that actually occur? Now, I did pretty well with my magic and hitting the creatures fairly hard, but I wasn't like one-shotting them either. So makes me think. Let me put the rest of my points in magic and see if I can like one-shot um, minor characters. Um, and then I'll bump up willpower a little bit for the for more mana. Okay, so I can select new spell. I can select shock. Hmm. I mean, I'm still gonna want to try to um, take these at some point in time. I don't know if I really want to go with shock though. Um, Now it says that this is an upkeep of 30, so it constantly drains. I guess it um, cooldown of zero point 0.5, so it just keeps on being active every zero point 0.5 seconds, which isn't very long. So it takes like 30 magic points per, or actually probably 60 magic points per second. Yeah, I don't know if I really want to do that. All right, I don't know if that's the case, but kind of hesitant on doing something like that right at this time. Um, Seeing that I have like 150 right now, so 2 seconds and my mana is almost completely drained. Yeah, doesn't really seem very useful right at this point. Um, um, Weakness might be nice to get right now. Let's see. Don't have a main companion yet. I mean, the bear was nice, but I mean, don't have one just yet. So, um, how often is the upkeep? That's my question about this. Does it activate each time the cooldown? So, you know, in this particular case, the magic power is 80 per second, which doesn't really help me all that much, or is the upkeep more of a seconds, like every 40 seconds it does an upkeep? Not sure. And if that's the case, then what's the mana cost? Let's go with weakness for now. Okay. 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 So I've kind of gone a little overboard on the time here there, folks. I'm gonna have to close it down. I know I just barely finished the tutorial, and even then, I'm probably still not even done with the tutorial. I'm probably still got a ways to go through it before I really kind of get outside into the real world. Um, so uh, the showing of the demons is interesting. Um, you know, really kind of shows potential what's kind of going on in this world. So be interesting to kind of look into this a little bit more, see what's kind of going on. So um, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's kind of catching my interest on it. So um, combat's a little off. Um, it doesn't like auto select like the nearest um, enemy so that I can automatically start like casting spells on it. So I'm gonna have to kind of get used to it, or at least it wasn't allowing me. When I was kind of selecting the spell buttons, it wasn't automatically casting at the nearest enemy. So maybe there's like a settings in the options that I can kind of change for that. I don't really know. We'll have to kind of see on it, but um, or maybe there's a key control some button for me to kind of press that will automatically like select the enemy nearby that I can automatically start like, or when I start using my 1 and 2 buttons, it will automatically start casting. um, we'll have to see on that, but for now that's where we're going to go ahead and call it for the night. So um, so we'll continue this again next Friday. So if that interests you, stop on by. Give me a follow and come on by next Friday and we'll continue the storyline. Um, Interesting. there's like multiple different possibilities. So um, if if the storyline really like is like different for each one, meaning like you're going to be going to like different towns, different locations, different like quests and stuff like that, for each of the options, then I might look into like doing a replay of these at some point. Not sure. Um, we'll have to kind of wait and see. Maybe I'll check it out. Um, maybe I'll do like a round two. It all depends on how long it really takes. I mean, if this game ends like tomorrow, then or not tomorrow, but next Friday, which I know that it doesn't. I'm a little smarter than that. But if it's a fairly short game, which again I doubt, um, then it might be wise for me to look into playing this over and over and over again. We'll see. But for now, that's where we're gonna go and call it. So all these videos, all these streams are eventually uploaded to my YouTube channel, so feel free to check that out if you like. Got a link down below for that. Um, I also have links to my Discord, my Patreon, and my Twitter account down below on my Twitch about page, as well as in the description of my YouTube videos. So feel free to check those out if you're interested. Um, I have a link to the stream team that I put together. That's down below on my Twitch about page. It also has a link to the Google document that explains everything about, um, explains everything about the team, the subgroups, its mission, what it's intended for. Um, so if that interests you, feel free to apply, and I'll review it and I'll send you a notification whether or not um, uh, you made it into the team or not. Uh, Obviously, those that are harassers or uh, just trolls that don't really give a damn for any of the streamers or anything like that, they're not welcome. Um, so um, it's meant to kind of help everybody out. And then we're looking for streamers and non-streamers alike, so anyone can help. So don't think that we're looking for just streamers. You know, uh, like for example, you know, um, streamers like myself are, you know, uh, especially if you start getting into large amount of viewers and the like, always are in need of moderators to kind of keep an eye on chat to make sure that um, you know, uh, chat behaves. So, so don't think that you have to be a streamer to join the team. Okay, you can still contribute. Um, but yeah, that's gonna be it for tonight. I'm gonna do a shout out to Crazy here because he's um, often supporting me, so I want to support him back. Um, so, did I do that right? Hmm, it didn't go through. Not sure what's going on there. Maybe I messed up something. Doesn't look like it. Hmm. Okay, well, go check out Insomniac Gaming Theater. I don't know if maybe it has like a lifespan on streaming. That's where I used to stream. But the I'm pretty sure that if I remember correctly, he has a link to his YouTube channel, which he's uploaded a lot of videos to. So feel free to check those out. He has done videos on Warframe and on um, Dark Souls. So, and I'm pretty certain that he's done other videos as well, probably like Star Wars, The Old Republic. I would imagine that he's had some videos put up there for that as well. Seeing that he's streamed that before. So, just a couple samples of what he's done. So feel free to check him out. He's a member of the team, and I want to try to help him where I can. So, um, but yeah, that's where we're gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. So thank you very much for watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully I catch you next time. But until then, take care. Have a good night. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And I'll catch you strangers next time.